Allegiance, let's take a moment of silence as we acknowledge the passing of Patricia Patty Hand. I want to extend our condolences to John Hand and his family. May you find strength and solace during this difficult time. Now I ask that we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Sorry,
Jeff.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you. Welcome to the Town Board meeting this Thursday evening, May 15th, 2025. For those who are visiting for the first time, I'd like to introduce the board and town clerk. Present here tonight, we have Council Member Brandon Clory. Next to him is Council Member Sandra Cariglione. In the middle is Council Member Kelly Rinaldi. Next to her is Deputy Supervisor Teresa Luongo. And to my right is Town Clerk Nicole Young. I'm Kate Luciani, and I'm your Town Supervisor. Thank you, everybody, for attending the Town Board meeting tonight. Tonight, we're going to present certificates of recognition to our very own Monroe Woodbury Creative Crusaders, who took part in the Odyssey of the Mind 2025 event. The students are here tonight, and we're gonna have them each come up. We would like to acknowledge your success of for the Monroe Woodbury Middle School Odyssey of the Mind accomplishments in the 2025 regional competition. So all of us on the board are gonna come up with your certificates, and we're gonna have you come up and take pictures to acknowledge it.
pardon me?
I have Angelina Sophia Felix. We want to congratulate you. You could just stand here with us. Okay. Cool.
I have Alyssa Johnson. I have Madison Camford. I have two, Ellie Vergara. And Samir Malik.
Okay, and I have Matthew Joseph.
And I have, last but not least, Michael Rivera. Great job.
So the town board would like to congratulate all of you for your hard work. I had a son who was in Expand, and I know how hard it is. He didn't make it into this, and I know how you guys work all year round, and it's really important what you do. You know, you bring so much, and your coaches and everything for having you and guiding you through this. And we want to acknowledge it for you. We know a lot of people look at football and lacrosse and sports like this, but they don't realize how hard you all work all year long to do this. And to go so far, it means so much to the community, so we wanted to be able to acknowledge you all and the coaches for all the hard work that they did. So we want to appreciate you and let you know, and you keep going and keep doing what you gotta do, okay?
Amen.
Thank you. Rory, will you take a picture?
Sure.
Thank you.
Pardon me?
Yeah, we can move down this way. Or you want me to give you my?
I'll go in the middle if you want.
Okay. Perfect.
I'm not turning forward here. I added it to my resume, that's how I got the gig, the extra. I do, I got the new one. All right, very good.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
You're gonna tell my town board what they didn't do. Wait till I go back and tell them. Great job, thank you so much.
Woodbury won up there.
Congratulations. Congratulations. I would assume you were the coach?
Yes.
Thank you so much. Yes. Yeah, great, great job. You know, and Deborah didn't come, I was like, I know you for my son, so I really appreciate all your hard work. Like I said, you know how much it is to do this, how hard they work, so. Oh, yes, yes. can go home.
I'm not gonna do it, I know what's gonna happen. Yeah, the town attorney, yeah. We're good. Let's go take a selfie.
Yeah, they are. I figured as much, they were good. Thank you again so much.
Okay. Now we'll open the floor for public comments on agenda items only. Does anybody in the first row have any comments? Second? Third? Okay, we'll move on to administrative business,
It's
acceptance
up there,
of minutes. Can I have a motion and a second to accept the receipt of the minutes of the meeting held on May 1st, 2025?
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Next is approval of abstract 9. Nicole, can you please read the abstract for this meeting?
Abstract 9 containing vouchers 250785 through 250879, totaling $331,281.01.
Thank you, Nicole. Can I have a motion and a second to approve the abstract 9 as read?
I'll make the motion. Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Modifications to the 2025 budget. Nicole, can you please read the modifications submitted for the 2025 budget as prepared for this meeting?
Yes, for the police, we are increasing B 4320 federal crime aid by $5,544.93, increasing B 3120.489 canine training, maintenance, etc. by the same $5,544.93. For buildings and grounds, we are increasing A 1620.463 by $1,500 and increasing A 0599, the appropriated fund balance, by $1,500. For the court, we are increasing A 111.444, schools and Jews, by $20 and decreasing A 1110.464, service contracts, by $20.
Thank you, Nicole. Can I have a motion and a second to approve the modifications to the 2025 budget as read and explained?
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Next is the acceptance of resignation, S. McKevitt. Can I have a motion and a second to accept the resignation of part-time animal dog control officer Steve McKevitt effective end of day, Friday, May 16, 2025?
Make the motion.
I'll second regretfully. Sorry.
Okay.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. The town board and I wish Steve all the best as he moves on to a full-time position in the Woodbury Village Water and Sewer Department. There's no old business, so we'll move on to new business. The CDBG grant, submission of resolution. At the May 1st town board meeting, 2 CDBG grant suggestions were submitted for the town senior center. The board and I discussed both suggestions, and we are going to pursue the ADA renovations of the senior center bathrooms. Nicole, can you please read the CDBG grant resolution?
Yes, the town board of the town of Woodbury is hereby submitting its application for consideration under the 2026 Orange CDBG Urban County Consortium Community Development Program, and the chief elected official or executive officer is hereby authorized to submit this application for ADA compliant bathrooms at the town of Woodbury Senior Center as described in the proposal. Input from citizens and groups have been received and considered, and an application has been prepared which addresses their community concerns. They further certify that they have read and understood the Orange CDBG Urban County Consortium Community Development Guidelines for the fiscal year 2026 program and have met all its applicable requirements, and that the information contained in the application is accurate and true to the best of their knowledge. If awarded CDBG funds, the municipality shall implement the activities in a manner to ensure compliance with all applicable federal, state, and local laws and regulations.
Thank you, Nicole. Should we have him come up now? Jason, would you like to come up and explain about it?
Sure. Jason Pittengaro. I'm not sure if this will go on, but I'm probably loud enough. Jason Pittengaro from P&D Engineers, engineer for the town. Every year there's CDBG funding that's made available to different communities for particular projects. The resolution that was just passed allowed the board to make the application for the project that would improve the bathrooms over at the senior center. We've done some drawings if anybody is interested in taking a look at them, and we'll be making that application come June based on that resolution.
Perfect, thank you, Jason, for coming and explaining that. Can I have a motion and a second to approve the submittal of the CDBG grant resolution as read?
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Can we do a roll call, please?
Councilmember Flory,
Aye.
Councilmember Capriglione,
Aye.
Councilmember Rinaldi,
Aye.
Councilmember Luongo,
Aye.
Supervisor Luciani.
Aye. Thank you. Now we'll move on to the CDBG grant fair housing resolution. Nicole, can you please read the CDBG fair housing resolution?
Yes, this was a little long one, so bear with me.
Better you than me.
The town board of the town of Woodbury supports the Fair Housing Act, which prohibits discrimination by direct providers of housing such as landlords and real estate companies, as well as other entities such as municipalities, banks, or other lending institutions, and homeowners insurance companies whose discriminatory practices make housing unavailable to persons because of race, color, religion, sex, national origin, nationality, family status, or disability. This municipality further objects to the discrimination in the sale, rental, leasing, financing of housing or land to be used for construction of housing or in the provision of brokerage services because of race, color, religion, sex, national origin, nationality, or disability as prohibited by the Civil Rights Act of 1968, Fair Housing Law. Therefore, the municipality council does hereby approve the following resolution. Be it resolved that within available sources, the municipality will assist all persons who feel they have been discriminated against under one of the aforementioned categories to seek equity under the federal laws by filing a complaint with the New York State Human Rights Law and the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development as appropriate. Be it further resolved that the municipality shall publicize this resolution, and through this publicity shall cause owners of real estate developers and builders to become aware of their respective responsibilities and rights under the federal housing law. Be it further resolved that the municipality will at minimum include but not limited to 1, printing and publicizing of the resolution and fair housing public notice and other applicable fair housing information through local media, community contacts, and placement on the municipal website and in other social media. Distributing of posters, flyers, and any other means which will bring to the attention of those affected the knowledge of their respective responsibilities and rights concerning fair housing.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Making sure. Thank you, Nicole. Can I have a motion and a second to approve the submittal of the CDBG grant fair housing resolution as read?
Motion. I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Clory,
Aye.
Councilmember Capiglione,
Aye.
Councilmember Rinaldi,
Aye.
Councilmember Luongo,
Aye.
Supervisor Luciani.
Aye. Thank you. Next is to authorize the supervisor to sign the tourism grant acceptance. Can I have a motion and a second to authorize myself to sign the acceptance agreement for the 2025 municipality tourism grant, which was submitted by Councilmember Clory and approved by the Orange County Department of Marketing and Tourism in the amount of $4,999.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passed. Thank you so much, Brandon, for doing this once again. Next, department reports, committee minutes. Supervisor's report for April 2025 was submitted. Nicole, please read the supervisor's report for April 2025.
The supervisor's report with receipts totaling $456,434.60 and disbursements totaling $1,074,199.35.
Thank you, Nicole. Can I have a motion and a second to accept the April 2025 supervisor report as read?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Then, for the month of April 2025, we received additional reports submitted by town departments. They are as follows: the town clerk's report, animal control report, police communications report, building and grounds report, Parks and Recreation Committee minutes, April 15, 2025, the library director report, library board minutes for April 22nd and the 25th of 2025, beautification committee minutes for April 15, 2025, the budget versus actual for April 2025, and the last report submitted was the December 2024 year-end budget versus actual. Now we'll move on to public comments. Does anybody from the public have anything they would like to say? We'll start with the first row.
Evening, Greg McLeod, Highland Mills. Can you hear me?
Yeah, just hold down the power button.
There we go. Greg McLeod, Highland Mills. Just curious, why are we $500,000 in debt for the month of April? The report has only $500,000 coming in and over $1 million going out. What's going on?
For the supervisor's report?
Yeah.
I would have to get back to you on that. Eileen does all of our budgeting and everything for us.
Would you like me to answer that question?
That'd be awesome. Good.
Okay, I'm the tax collector.
Yep.
In January, I collect the taxes from all the people who reside in the town. The amount of tax that I collect is for the budget that was prepared last year for all of 2025. So the majority of the funds that the town disperses comes from the taxpayers, and they're already sitting in, that money is already sitting in their bank account. Okay, so the other revenue that's received, I'm not quite sure what that is, but that is why the majority of the expenditures are based on the budget that was prepared last year for 20.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Anybody in the next row? The row after that?
Stephen Gargano, Central Valley. So I was just thinking, summer's upon us, we're gonna be opening up the pools and parks, and kind of looking at what's going on in Woodbury. People are buying homes, renting them out to multiple families, even though it's single-family dwelling. And I was thinking, what could we do as a poison pill to kind of stop this? And I mean, if you think Scarsdale and Greenwich would allow their houses to be bought with multiple houses and multiple families move in, then all those people, renters, can come and get park passes and utilize that. So I started thinking, like, what are some things that we can do that turn this, like, if you have a poison pill and the renters are sitting there and you're like, well, I can't go to the park, I can't do this, I can't have multiple garbage things for pickup, or when I come there, it triggers something where it's like, wait a second, I'm gonna let the building inspector know. It's just so, then what happens is no one wants to rent, and they stop buying the houses because they don't have this cash source of income. So ideas I was thinking of was, all right, everyone has to be listed on the lease. And if it's a single family dwelling, right, father, mother, and siblings. And then anything else than that, you could also ask for proof of residency, citizenship, real ID, something like that. You're a renter, not that difficult. I mean, you go to the DMV or anywhere else, you gotta show proof of citizenship. You're a renter or something else, you don't have that here, you have to show that. But then what can we do as when people come in, it triggers something where it's like, wait a second, you're a renter, there's 5 people now on this house, more than one person over 18, something like that, only 2 people over the age of 18 are allowed to be, and they have to be listed on the lease. And so when they start coming in and trigger something, then you guys could pass a law and send it to the whoever owns it. You're in violation of blah, 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 and something like that. Because then the renters won't rent, and they're gonna move out. And if it looks like they're getting harassed or something gets turned over to the police or just anything, I don't care, like just something, because, I mean, Greenwich and Scarsdale wouldn't be doing this. They would have, I mean, they'd be turning them over to ICE or something else like that. They'd say, anytime you come in and we're gonna record your name and where you live and something like that, and if it looks like it's over, they're not on the lease, we're gonna turn it over to the proper authorities. Then no one's gonna wanna rent. And then that's a poison pill. And once that cash dries up, that stops them from turning around and renting it out to cash buyers. Either they'll get spooked and leave, then they're out cash. They still have to pay the tax, property tax, which is high, and also limits the amount of how they could utilize our resources. So I just kind of wanted to throw that out there. I don't know if there is anything in place, but I mean, when I'm up at the pool, man, I'm just like, whoa. I mean, I pay for my nieces and nephews to come $5, and I'm just looking, I'm like, how, there's like 17 people here, and they're probably all from like the house down the block, and I see it, Tom sees it, I mean, there's just 15 cars in the driveway, and I'm sure they all get park passes, and they all come in and they say, I'm a renter. And so, just food for thought and something possibly we can do, but that's what I have to say, so.
Thank you very much. I know that Joey does, they check into people who live in the house, they have to bring in an O&R bill, they have to bring in a valid driver's license, they have to have a lease from, whoever they're leasing from. And then I also know Clara through the refuse department has been working with John Hand to try to find anybody that's, renting out either a single family home as multiple, or even, a double. She's working with them like through the garbage, so if everybody is allowed to have 2 garbage pails, 1 recycling. So obviously if they need more, then they ask for
Right,
more,
mostly
they
the
have to pay
parks
for
is
it.
kind of, everyone should be listed on the lease.
Right, but anything more than that, then it kind of sets off a bell, and then she will have the
Right.
building inspector then go and
Right.
ask, and we ask people too in the neighborhood, if you notice that there's a lot more cars,
Right.
things like that, allow your building inspector to know, because unless he gets a complaint, he cannot just walk up to somebody's house just
Agreed.
because they have a lot of stuff there.
Yeah.
But if somebody calls in, then he will go and he'll
Right,
check.
but
to
just
make
stuff like, what can we be doing for the parks?
sure. Right,
Parks, and using that, or pass something, everyone needs to be listed on the lease. Every single person, mother, father, child, everyone.
right.
Every single person needs to be listed on the lease in order to get a parks pass. You can do whatever you want, you can rent it illegally, but if you want to utilize the parks, every single person needs to be listed on that, or else you can't get it. Like I'm thinking now, again, just think, what would Greenwich and Scarsdale do? They would not allow their town to be bought up and then rented out to people. They would try to stop it, and possibly that's one way. Every single person needs to be listed on a lease. Not that difficult, landlord tenant, list it out, and then you just have a maximum, and whatever the maximum is of a single family property, that's it. You can't have 12 people on it, because that's too much for a single family zoned property. That triggers something that you guys could put the complaint in, they showed up, or just say, we're not issuing these passes, we're sorry, you're only limited to however many it is. So, but food for thought.
Thank you, I
Okay.
appreciate it. Anybody else in that row? Back row? Okay. Then we will move on to department heads. Maria? Do you have anything?
Hope so.
No.
Okay. Joey?
Wasn't gonna say anything, but just so everybody knows, we already have that in place. The lease has to come into the office. If I do see more than I think that should be there, I do talk to the bill department, and whatever they do after that is up to them. Anybody that comes to the park has a park pass. If they don't, they bring guests. And I don't know exactly the money that we pay, that we have every year, but we sell a lot of guest passes, okay? So just because you see 20 people there, doesn't mean they all have passes. They all three could have passes, and they're using guest passes. Any given day, we could have 200 people at the park that have guest passes. I don't, you could correct me if I'm wrong, all right?
You're right.
I'm just saying, I mean, the count is there, but any given day, so that's guest passes we give out, that they pay for. So again, there is something in place already, that if they come and I don't like the lease, I'll just tell them, sorry, I can't do this. We had one the other day, they came in, their license said Monroe, but as part of the Monroe, that's Woodbury. I called the assessor, they said, yeah, but their lease said Poughkeepsie. I said, sorry, I can't give you a pass. So again, we don't just willy-nilly give out passes to anybody. I'm just letting everybody know. I know there's a lot of people come to the park, but a lot of them are guest passes too, just so everybody knows that. And that's all I got. Unless you guys have any questions.
Thank you. Thank you, Jerry.
I forgot something.
I convinced Maria that she forgot something.
Last meeting before Memorial Day.
Thank you, Chief. Memorial Day weekend, Sunday, May 25th is the Memorial Day Parade starting at noontime. I ask that all residents bring your family, your friends, line the streets of 32 so the men can see the support that's out there. I want to thank Joey and the building department helping with the beautification committee, the police department, Victory Park, and courthouse will be decorated accordingly. So that's those are town buildings, so that'll be taken care of. Oak Club is being taken care of by their building department and beautification committee, and I will be taking care of the Firemen's Memorial up at the cemetery. That's what I do for them yearly. Also, the Village Highway Department will be having a trailer for us this year for the men from the Legion, Post 779. It's a long walk for some of them. Some of them said, I'm not getting on that thing. I said, oh, yes, you are. So I had a little discussion with them. I just got a notice that the books were printed late, so I can start picking them up some tomorrow. I'll get them out and distribute it to everyone, so the books are being done. And being that it's Memorial Day weekend, I know the chief will appreciate this, please be careful of driving on Route 32. It's a busy holiday, we've got the parade, so please be careful out there. And also, I'm sure all of you have seen, I think I mentioned it, the military banners.
Yes, they're beautiful.
They look awesome. The Village Highway Department, they've been up there, rain and every weather type that could be out there. And with the flags in between the military banners, it just looks awesome. I get people stopping me constantly, how can I get another one? So I have a list going, so I'm gonna go see Desiree next week to see how, I think we have to have a minimum of 10 to start it up again. So, and I know I have a list of 7 names at home already, so.
Somebody came in today too.
Awesome.
They're gonna contact you.
Yeah, so everyone knows how to find me, so I think I got everything. Beautification, military event, and the parade. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you, Maria. Maria, we found out last night that 2 of the people from the Harriman Village Board will be walking with us.
Yes.
So that was really nice. They're doing half at Monroe and then half here.
Yes.
So that would be really nice.
And in the journal this year, I have actually acknowledged the town of Woodbury, the village of Woodbury, the village of Harriman. I listed everyone's names. Whether you're marching or not, I gave honor to those, as well as the senator and assemblyman. So all your names will be in there, so whoever shows up. But yes,
I
I
saw
have.
Pat Ryan, he said he would be coming.
Is he
so-
coming?
That's what he told me.
He didn't call me.
When I saw him at Brian Marks, he said that he would be there.
He's,
Oh, sorry.
what, no, if he comes, it'll be 3 years in a row that I had 3 congressmen, assemblymen, and a senator in the parade, so.
I'll make sure I message him to make sure
Yeah,
that he's
tell
coming.
him, thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Hot dogs and the WCA.
Oh, that's, but, all right,
Just
so,
sit there, Maria. Just put a chair, pull a chair up.
so with the parade, the Woodbury Community Association, at the end of the parade, as you come into the cemetery, on the right-hand side where the office is, they will be serving hot dogs, drinks, ice cream. And this year, I do have 3 bands. I got a professional band, they're the Hudson Valley Professional Musicians. I've got the Orange County Shields Pipe and Drums. Sean is excited to be doing that. And I'm especially proud because I have the Middletown High School Marching Middies performing. My grandson is in the marching band, so I was able to get them, because we don't have Monroe Woodbury this year. Monroe and us, we switched with the professional band and the school, so I'm excited to have them. And Lorelei Pitt, who all of you know, she's our grand marshal, so I'm excited for her as well.
Were you able to get the car club?
I didn't get the cars. It's just been so overwhelming with, if they wanna show up, cause,
I'll call him.
all right, if they wanna
Yeah.
show up, Bond Street by 11:30, I'll
Okay.
get them in the parade line. And, the highway's helping me out with not the highway, Buildings and Grounds are helping me out with the golf cart and the gator, so we're keeping it town and village together, so. Anything else I forgot, Joey? Chief, anyone else? I think that's everything.
All right, thank you,
Thank you.
Maria.
Thank you, Maria.
Martha, do you have anything?
Nice job.
Okay, Chief Watts?
You gonna say it?
Maria said it all. Traffic southern end of town, we know it's down there, it'll be holiday weekend. Please don't forget West Point's graduation is also on Saturday. That'll bring a lot of traffic also into the area. And other than that, just to be safe and if you have alternate means of routes to get where you are, it definitely probably would be a good idea to use them. Allegedly.
Well,
And also, this is National Police Week, and I was talking with the chief earlier. Woodbury Police Department, men and women dispatchers, they do an awesome job, and I wanna thank them personally for what they do. And I just wanna I'm sure I took the wind out of someone's sail up there, but thank you.
All of us. All right, it's all right.
We brought them goodies.
We did. We got another thing for them tomorrow, too.
I used 4 minutes.
Rory?
I don't have.
Or Brady, I should say.
That's right.
Sorry.
A little comfortable. I don't have anything, Supervisor.
Okay. Councilmember Clory.
All right, let's see if I can piecemeal this together. We got a lot of good stuff out there tonight, a lot of information. So as always, I'd like to thank everyone for coming out tonight. I'd like to congratulate the Monroe Woodbury Creative Crusaders, along with their coaches, Joanne and Janet, on their achievements and all the accomplished throughout the year. Through their teamwork, creativity, and perseverance, we are all very proud of you. Let's see, Maria covered everything with the parade. I'd like to thank the Orange County Department of Tourism for awarding us this grant for the 3rd year in a row. This kind of support helps us continue to find ways to support our local businesses and help them achieve the American dream. And that's, yeah, I don't need to repeat anything. Thank you and good night.
Short and sweet. All right, Councilmember Capriglione.
Okay, I don't know if it's gonna stay on, but, I just wanted to point out, you had brought up the refuse before. In speaking with Clara, she said that, the county waste is really adhering to, not picking up large metal items such as water tanks and wood pallets. People are just leaving them out there and they're not gonna be picked up unless they, they're called in on a bulk pickup. And that number, if anybody does have a bulk pickup, they can call at 845-928-7578, extension 1242. And also on Saturday, is the 2025 Orange County Household Hazardous Waste and Operation Safe Scripts Pharmaceutical Collection Events. And on, not the podium, but on the podium next to it, there's, this flyer that I'm reading from. And also the back of it has do's and don'ts about what you can and can't put out, so just as a reminder to everybody. And that's all, oh, and thank you everybody for coming out, that's all I have.
Thank you. Councilmember Rinaldi.
I want to thank everybody for coming out this evening, and again, this week, as we observe Law Enforcement Week, we pause to express our gratitude and heartfelt appreciation for the brave men and women who serve in law enforcement. These individuals show up every day, often without thanks, to protect our communities and keep our families safe. and respond with calm strength in our most difficult moments. They face challenges most of us will never know, yet they continue to serve with compassion, integrity, and courage. To all the officers, dispatchers, and support personnel, we see you, we thank you. Your hard work does not go unnoticed, and your sacrifices do not go unappreciated. You carry the weight of your communities on your shoulders, and you do it with honor. We also hold close in our hearts the memory of those who have made the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty. Their legacy reminds us that service is more than a job. It is a calling, and one that touches lives in a deep and lasting way. Let us also take a moment to recognize the families behind every badge, the spouse, children, parents, and loved ones who offer their support, understanding, and strength behind the scenes. Throughout this week and always, may we seize every opportunity to express our gratitude, whether it's a kind word or a small gesture or a quiet moment of reflection. Let's show our appreciation for the heroes who protect and serve us all. Thank you.
Thank you. Deputy Supervisor Luongo.
Sorry, I was just getting deep. Oh, there's a bunch of library events coming up. Alright. So yeah, there's a couple library events coming up. One is gonna be a free film screening of Free for All, the public library. Sandy, do you have the exact date? Cause I have two dates, and they're both at the senior center of two different events, so that can't be possible. Alright. Well, it's in March, and you can go onto the Woodbury Public Library website. They're also having a presentation about the greatest sitcoms of all time, sponsored by the library from 6 to 7 p.m. at the Senior Center on May 29th, but I don't think that's accurate.
That's the.
No, May
free for
19th,
all.
I'm sorry. I see what I wrote 29 twice. The 19th is the sitcom, the 29th is the free film screening. Sorry, I didn't have enough coffee when I wrote this. Also this Saturday from 9 to 12, there's a rabies clinic, at the shelter with, the help of Pets I Love. So if you have an animal that needs a rabies shot, bring your animal there between 9 and 12. Also, the Friends of the Library is holding a book sale Sunday from 11 to 2 at the Senior Center. So if you're looking for a new book, you can go there. Last year I went and they had the whole Senior Center was full of all these books, and I got a couple, and they're pretty reasonably priced, and the money goes towards when the library decides to expand. That's what they're raising their money for. So I think that's it for events. Yes, it's National Police Week. So definitely a time to recognize, officers for what they do. Especially, we're blessed here in Woodbury with a great PD under direction of Chief Watson. So, thank you for all that you do. It does not go unnoticed. And also, it's a time to honor those who gave their all in the line of duty, so we don't forget that. I think that's it. Yep. Have a good night.
Thank you. Town Clerk Nicole Leon.
I actually do have something.
Whoa.
As Teresa said, the rabies clinic is free on Saturday. Saturday. We have a ton of overdue dog licenses. So this is your time to get a rabies shot for your dog for free and update your dog license. So the police that we are recognizing this week don't have to issue tickets. Thank you.
That's it? All right, thank you. So I want to bring up for refuse, Memorial Day is a holiday. County Waste does celebrate, so they are closed Monday, May 26th. Refuse pickup that week will be moved out one day. The homes west of Route 32, regular garbage pickups move from Tuesday May 27th to Wednesday, May 28th. Recycling pickup moves from Wednesday, May 28th to Thursday, May 29th. The homes on east of Route 32, regular garbage pickup moves from Friday, May 30th to Saturday, May 31st. And then I wanted to bring up, we were doing the flags, the laying of the flags for the Memorial Day Parade at the cemetery at Highlands, and we found out that we had a huge tree that fell down on the old cemetery, and I politely told Joey we gotta take care of the tree, and Joey told me how big the tree was, and I came around the corner and I could not believe how big this tree was. It literally completely hollowed out. Some bugs had a really good meal, and you know, we didn't know what to do, and we were talking to our building and grounds guys. I called the highway department. I told Rob, oh, it's gonna be a really big job. Well, Rob called me within like an hour or two, and he had taken care of it. So I wanna thank the highway department for taking care of that and removing it, because, you know, it is an old abandoned cemetery, and with those, there's like a really great area. The town takes care of it. They maintain it with mowing and things like that, but, you know, this was a big undertaking with this tree. I mean, the branches in itself looked like trees, so, you know, it was really great that our highway department stepped up and helped us and had it taken care of so quickly. And it didn't take away from our building grounds guys doing the things that they're doing right now, preparing for all the season, you know, the season to start with the pool and all the other things that they have to do, where they're pulled in many, many different directions. So I just want to appreciate the highway department for jumping in and helping us. And yes, like everybody said, the Memorial Day Parade is May 25th. And I just want everybody to be careful. You know, the kids are off now on that Friday. They're also off on that Monday. A lot of people will be going away. A lot of people will be having barbecues. There's gonna be a lot of drinking. I ask that everybody, you know, watch with your, you know, don't drink and drive, and try to remember what this day is meant for. You know, it's, you know, in memory, and, you know, it's great to have off, but there's a reason why we have off, and to always remember that. And I feel even in the parade, you know, it's a solace time, and like Maria's saying, the guys from the American Legion, you know, not wanting to go on guard, I've watched them. I complain, and like, I'm like, oh, it's so hot, and this walk is so crazy, and these guys don't complain, and they're full on suits, and they're wearing their hats, because they're old school, and like, this is what they did, and you know, and they did this for their country, and they do it with pride. So like, you know, I'm happy that she made them go. So, and sit down, and you know, I'm very excited to be a part of the Memorial Day Parade again. And like I said, just everybody be careful. And I hope everybody enjoyed their Mother's Day. You know, it was a wonderful day for me, and you know, a lot of other people, a lot of gardening. So, and with that, I'm going to take a break to go into executive session for personnel, and there's no intention to take any action after, so after we'll just be closing the meeting. All right, so have a great night, and everybody get home safe. Thank you.
As I was telling you before,
Yes, I remember you telling me that, yeah. I like this. That's like a. Yes, we do. Oh, yeah, so it's kind of, it piques my interest the way the analysis goes. But, yeah, that's cool, congrats. That's up to, the board. Let me clarify what they wanna do, all right? Sorry, dear. But that was me.
Kill it?
Yeah, it's off until we come out and close the meeting. I'll have to come back on, so you gotta stay.
So you want me to shut it?
They wanna pause while we're in there, or stopped, or whatever. If that's a problem,
I usually just let
if you
it
can
go.
mute The intake, so
I could just pull, I'll just.
however you do it.
Yeah.
But we gotta ramp it back up when we come out so we can
Yeah.
close the meeting, okay?
Okay.
Cool, thank you.